Moving on now, Francis Haugen, a former Facebook employee turned whistleblower, exposed a trove of internal documents that allegedly go on to show how Facebook failed to safeguard users from harmful content. Haugen testified in front of UK lawmakers and peers who were debating the online safety bill. Now, Haugen's appearance at the special hearing came in the wake of several news reports based on her leaked documents. The one that drew the most attention had been released earlier this month, which alleged that Facebook knew the extent of how its photo-sharing Instagram app was damaging mental health among teenage users. After the testimony, the former Facebook data scientist gave evidence to the UK Special Committee. She also is slated to meet European lawmakers and regulators. Let's listen in.
I came forward now because now is the most critical time to act. When we see something like an oil spill, that oil spill doesn't make it harder for a society to regulate oil companies. But right now, the failures of Facebook are making it harder for us to regulate Facebook.
And if engagement is part of the problem, the way Facebook have designed it, then groups must be a big part of that too.
You know, we talk about sometimes this idea of, is this an individual problem or is this a societal problem? One of the things that happens in aggregate is the algorithms take people who have very mainstream interests and they push them towards extreme interests. You can be someone center left and you'll get pushed to radical left. You can be center right, you'll get pushed to radical right. You can be looking for healthy recipes, you'll get pushed to anorexia content. There are examples in Facebook's research of all this. One of the things that happens with groups and with networks of groups is that people see echo chambers that create social norms. So if I'm in a group that has lots of COVID misinformation, and I see over and over again that if someone gives COVID vaccine, things that encourage people to get vaccinated, they get completely pounced upon. They get torn apart. I learn that certain ideas are acceptable and unacceptable. When that context is around hate, now you see a normalization of hate, a normalization of dehumanizing others, and that's what leads to violent incidents.
Now, on the weekend, Haugen published new documents that showed how Facebook struggled to contain right-wing misinformation in the run-up to the January 6, 2021 insurrection, at the Capitol building in Washington. And on Monday, an Associated Press led consortium published a collection of reports dubbed the Facebook Papers. These are, as AP puts it, redacted versions of disclosures that Haugen has made over several months to the American Securities and Exchange Commission and members of the US Congress, alleging Facebook was prioritizing profit over safety and hiding its own research from the investors and the public. UK lawmakers in the Online Safety Committee are debating whether to add or tweak the proposed new rules further, and in the UK, impetus for a separate bill governing online content started to emerge following the murder of Labour MP Joe Cox in 2016. In 2020, the UK Law Commission had warned existing laws did not sufficiently cover malicious online abuse. In April 2021, the UK government had published draft legislation for the online safety bill, but calls from reform grew louder after the recent murder of Conservative MP David Ames. Presently, the draft online safety bill established a new regulatory framework to tackle harmful content online. It intends to, quote, make the UK the safest place in the world online, whilst also defending the free expression. The bill focuses on how to protect children and young people from online risks such as disinformation, terrorism, racism, hate speech, child abuse, grooming, and others. But rather than act against individuals, this bill intends to corner big tech giants and its alleged engagement preferences that end up eventually funneling users into consuming abusive content and coming across forums that promote harm. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.